Once Sayyidina Jibreel Ameen, he came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is a hadith which is narrated by Imam al-Tabrani rahimahullah in his Al-Mu'jam al-Awsat. So Jibreel Ameen came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he mentioned Jahannam in the presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I take a qasam upon Allah, the one who has sent you as a true Nabi. If Jahannam was open to the size of the whole of a sewing needle, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the heat of Jahannam and the intensity of the heat of Jahannam would be such that the entire dunya would burn. The zameen would burn. Jibreel Ameen is saying that to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then he says, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, by the one who has sent you as a true Nabi, I take a qasam upon that Allah, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the inhabitants of Jahannam, the clothes that they wear, if one cloth was placed between the heavens and the earth, one cloth was hanging between the heavens and the earth, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, with the heat of that cloth, the entire dunya would burn. Then Jibreel Ameen said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, by the one who has sent you as a true Nabi, one of the angels who are appointed in Jahannam, if one of those angels was to appear in this dunya, everyone living in this dunya would die if they were to see that angel. One angel, if he was to appear before the makhluk of Allah in this zameen, in this planet, everyone would die if they were to see one of those angels who is appointed in Jahannam. And then Jibreel Ameen said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the chain which is mentioned in Quran, the chain in Jahannam, if one halaqah of that chain was placed on the mountains of this planet Earth, all mountains would be destroyed. When Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam heard this, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Oh Jibreel, stop it. This is sufficient. If you keep talking, I fear that my ruh will depart with the fear of Allah Jalla wa Ala. I fear that my visal will take place. And when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said this to Jibreel Ameen, Jibreel Ameen started to cry. This is the angel of Allah Jalla wa Ala. Compare the angel's fear of Allah Jalla wa Ala compared to our fear of Allah Jalla wa Ala. He started to cry, he started to weep. He was weeping in the presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Oh Jibreel, what makes you cry? Oh Jibreel, why are you weeping? Do you know what Jibreel Ameen said? Jibreel Ameen said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I fear that whatever is in the knowledge of Allah about me, what Allah knows about me, I fear that what if that is different than what I know about myself? Meaning, we know that the angels are forgiven. It's like Iblis when he was put in an imtihan, in a test, when he was tested, and Harut and Marut were tested. Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I fear, what if there is something other than what I know about myself in the knowledge of Allah Jalla wa Ala? Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the fear of that makes me cry. Meaning, what if there is something else written for me that Allah knows and I do not know, and I may end up in Jahannam? The moment Jibreel Ameen said this, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam started to weep. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam started to shed tears. And the hadith says, both Jibreel Ameen and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sitting together were continuously weeping in the fear of Allah, crying in the fear of Allah. Just imagine this spectacle. The Sayyidul Malaika, the master of all the angels, and the Sardar and the master of all the prophets, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, both sitting together and crying with the fear of Allah Jalla wa Ala. Then they heard a voice say that, O Jibreel and O beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah Jalla wa Ala has protected you from his disobedience. Jibreel Ameen then left from there, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came out, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saw some Sahaba, some Ansar Sahaba. They were laughing and playing, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to the Ansar Sahaba, O Sahaba, if you knew what I know, if you knew what I know, then you would laugh less and cry a lot. You would laugh less and weep more if you knew what I know. And imagine how he is crying in the fear of Allah Jalla wa Ala. And here we are content, and we'll see when time comes. Don't talk about Jahannam, don't talk about Qabr, don't talk about the hereafter. We are lovers of Allah, we are lovers, we are Ashiq Mustafa, we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Undoubtedly the true lovers of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam have a great maqam in the eyes of Allah Jalla wa ala. But what guarantee do you have that you are a true lover of Allah and a true lover of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? So this, when we keep thinking about and reminding ourselves about the accountability in the hereafter, Jahannam, and how the Prophet ﷺ, they were both crying and thinking about Jahannam and the punishments in Jahannam. Rasulullah ﷺ and Jibreel Amin, that will keep reminding us in the month of Ramadan when we are fasting. When we are fasting, we fear Allah. This is why we don't eat. This is why we don't drink. Allah is watching me. Who doesn't eat and drink in the month of Ramadan, and if he looks at haram, if he listens to haram, if he speaks haram, if he uses his hand to commit haram. Eating and drinking is halal when you're not fasting. That which is halal becomes haram when you're fasting. Imagine the azab for the one who commits haram, which is always haram, and he commits that haram in the month of Ramadan.